So I'm here in the engine room at Attack Yamaha. Holy crap. Richard let me in here with a camera. All right, so check this out. We got pistons and whatever that is. What do you call that, Richard?
Cylinder.
Yeah, it's a cylinder. Okay, yeah. Looks kind of stock. Those pistons look pretty stock too.
They are stock. That's the rules.
Oh, okay.
They're all stock.
And then
just various parts.
Parts on a rag.
Yeah, getting ready to assemble.
Oh, we're gonna assemble an engine?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. Okay, we got a R1 case.
Cylinder case, top case.
This is the top case.
Yeah.
And then, I just saw you take these rod bolts out and just kind of toss them aside.
Yeah, we don't reuse them.
You don't reuse?
No, they're stretched to yield, so you use them once and then you toss them.
So
they're pretty inexpensive.
These are one and done.
One and done, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Huh. Anybody who reuses them are basically pulling the pin on a hand grenade.
Really? So
yeah,
if you reuse the rod bolts, you got a ticking time bomb on your hands?
Yeah, these things are pretty inexpensive, so you always put a new ones in every time. Every time you take the rods apart, you put a new one in.
So these are new ones here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, so you got the brand new freshies and the old and busted.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So you're taking the bearings out?
Yeah, those get tossed too. They're one and done as well.
Let me see. All right, so you toss the bearings one and done, huh?
Yeah.
Don't reuse the bearings either.
No, these are timed out. And those are the new ones over here.
And you keep the pistons connected to the connecting rods?
This has already been assembled.
Oh, you guys already, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
guys.
So it's already assembled, ready to go. And one thing that's unique to our rods is an allocation we got from Motor America. We pin the big end, and so we also have a hole in the bearings that keeps the bearings from rotating under the most extreme conditions.
The extreme abuse by the Superbike riders.
Yes, upshift, downshift at max RPM. Always.
That's like the law, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this thing.
Yeah. Transmission. That's the inlet shaft.
So at the beginning of the year, basically, you have to declare which transmission that you would like to use and the ratio.
And you have to keep that same transmission all year.
Were there any changes that you want to make from the selection you made from last season?
No, I think we were pretty happy with the gearbox we selected. And this is a Nova transmission, but there are also available kit transmissions. And this particular year, the YMC made a kit transmission that was almost identical to what we had chosen. So pretty happy that they had a choice that was so similar to ours.
And how different ratio-wise is the Novus transmission that you've selected versus the OEM one?
It's different in certain areas.
Okay.
Try to average out all the racetracks and see which ones we're gonna be a benefit to and which ones we're gonna struggle at. So the ones we would normally be good at, we don't mind sacrificing a little bit. But then we try to take advantage of the ones we haven't been good at, like Road America, let's say, so we want maximum acceleration there. So we build our gearbox around that. Well, that shouldn't be there. Shove 30s everywhere.
So what's this dude I just saw you put in? It's like
that's a spray bar. The transmission, it sprays oil onto some of the shift forks. You have holes there.
Oh, okay.
Sprays on the gear and the shift forks, so they get oiled, so you don't get a bunch of wear. So oil comes up through the case and blows down on the transmission.
We're not used to seeing this side of the engine.
I'm probably not used to seeing anything but behind the handlebars.
Well, yeah. I mean, for the most part. I mean, I had the valve cover off of mine, right?
Yep.
So that's, you and I did the cams in mine. That's as far into the R1 engine that I've been.
Yep. So we slap it all together, and then we don't really slap it. It's probably bad.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any slapping going on here.
No, it's just we properly assemble it with a lot of care. So we just did a transmission inspection.
I don't see any hammers anywhere that you're.
No, hammers are There's no hammers in the engine room except for a ball peen sometimes for cracking some stuff apart, like a case of stuff. That's about it for hammers.
So what you're saying is this is nothing like an old Chevy.
or a Harley.
Or a Harley.
Yeah.
Of course he says Harley.
Yeah. And if you have a hammer in your toolbox, you're not a Harley mechanic.
I mean, you're gonna have a hammer and a flathead screwdriver that doubles as a punch. Right?
Yeah, exactly. A pry bar.
A pry bar, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's your pry bar is your torque wrench, isn't it?
Yeah, the pry bars. Yeah, that's it.
So I see you're tightening it up in kind of triangle order. You're not tightening one at a time.
Well, you're trying to draw up this piece, which is a very tight fit on the case.
Mm.
It doesn't take much effort to tighten it up, but you want to make sure it goes in straight.
Okay.
Because you don't want to have it, let's say, get some aluminum shaved off the case or something to that effect, and then the bearing ends up with a bunch of preload on. It doesn't spin nice. So that's the kind of stuff you're trying to avoid. You want to make sure the transmission spins nice. A lot of people put ceramic bearings in transmissions, and we found there's actually 0 horsepower came from going through all that nonsense.
Really?
Yeah, once you get a nice hot oil in there, this lightweight oil, high quality oil, the bearings spin just fine. Whether the stainless balls or ceramics, there's really no gain. Just a lot of effort and a lot of money. These are squirters for the piston, and they go there.
Oh, so those squirt oil
onto the bottom of the piston, keep it cool. It also lubricates the small end of the wristband.
Looks like a little shower head.
Yeah, upside down shower head. Yeah, there's 2 little holes there, and it's spray up onto the bottom of the piston. Okay, unlike some of the Porsche cars, race cars, things like that, they have an oil passage that goes all the way up into the piston and squirts. This is all sprayed from the bottom.
Walker's got the torque wrench out.
Yeah, we torque everything.
What, you mean you don't just use the German method of tightening?
No, the Germans would be
good and tight?
No. That's next step is putting these shafts in there. Next is the shift drum.
So with the transmission being kind of trick, I think.
Mm-hmm. This is a Nova transmission.
But like, do the shift forks are they kit shift forks too, or are they?
These are Nova shift forks. These are made for the Nova gearbox. Extra slippery.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a Nova shift drum. It's a little bit different shape than the OEM shift drum because it has neutral in a different spot. It's on this side, and this is a lockout lug. So the pin goes in here and stops it from going into neutral until you pull the pin up, and then it'll rotate into neutral. So this is what goes in next.
So you put this fancy trick transmission in a relatively stock engine?
Well, the rules are the rules.
The rules are the rules.
Yeah, you can't go crazy with the rules the way they are, but you can do whatever they allow, which is you can have an alternate gearbox, which is basically the World Superbike rules. So Motor America's been pretty good at trying to stay consistent with the World Superbike as far as the rules go. Which is nice because then you can. Another thing too on the R1, see, a lot of guys might make this mistake. There's a cap right there. Okay. So the oil comes through the case, it comes out and oils the shaft. Some builders make a mistake and put the cap on the wrong side, then oil never gets to this hole to oil the shift fork.
So what you're saying is when you're assembling one of these things, you should pay attention to detail.
Some of this stuff isn't really obvious.
Okay.
So you have to be very, very. These are the Nova shift forks. And this one here has got 2 springs on it. They're mainly just to be able to pull the part out and also.
Oh, it's got a spring on each side.
Yeah, it keeps it balanced in there.
Okay.
It helps eject the shaft too, which is nice. So that way you're not going to try and grab with pliers or something ridiculous. But you see how it's all polished? Yeah. It has to be smooth so it changes gears smoothly.
You want to go ahead and put the gear position sensor in there too?
Yeah, after.